Hey, Future Bestsellers, Lisa Daly here. I have got some amazing news, but you can't tell anyone. Lisa Daly here. I'm a best-selling, traditionally published author of 8 books, and if you are looking to write a book that you are super proud of and get it published, this is the channel for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now because I've got a lot of videos coming up to help you do just that, and I want to make sure you don't miss a thing. So today we're talking about suspense. What it is, why you need it no matter what kind of book you write, and I'm going to give you 7 awesome ways to add more suspense to your story. So today's video is part of the Authortube seminar series, affectionately known as Wordstock, which was a brainchild of story detective Robert Jones. The idea for this that Robert had was that a bunch of different authors, ranging in experience from, brand new writers just starting out to best-selling or traditionally published authors and everything in between, would all talk about the same topic on the same day, a lot like a seminar. So I'm going to link to the Story Detective channel, as well as a playlist of all the other videos in the description below. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great day. So about that good news, I got a text from my friend Joe that said, okay, I got some good news, but you can't tell anyone. And so of course immediately I texted, what is it? And it took him several minutes to respond. And by several minutes, I mean frickin' forever. Forever. And that's suspense. It happens when either you or your reader are invested in a character and you care what happens to them. Either you worry that something really bad might happen to them and you feel stress and anxiety over that, or you anticipate that something good is going to happen and you can't wait. Like, hurry up already. I'm actually reading a story right now called Beach Read with an online book club. And all of us have just gotten to this scene where there's this letter and we are like dying to know what's in the letter. And that is a really perfect example of how this works. When a stalker is hiding in the character's basement and she's upstairs taking a shower like it's any other Tuesday, and you just know something bad is going to happen, that's suspense. When a character keeps sparring with her next door neighbor and you can see that they would be so perfect together if they would just stop being so stupid and kiss already, that's suspense. When your character is out having dinner with his 6-year-old son and his pregnant wife and a busboy with a grudge and a gun enters the kitchen through the back door, that's suspense. When your character tells a lie to protect herself or to protect someone she loves, but her boss realizes that something isn't quite right, that's suspense. When the sheriff who's in charge of saving the town from the giant killer shark is terrified of water, that's suspense. Why do you need suspense in your novel, whether you're writing sci-fi or romance or fantasy or anything else? Because suspense is the sticky stuff that keeps your reader glued to the page. It's the secret sauce that makes them care about your characters. And that anticipation keeps them turning pages hour after hour, night after night, when there are like a million other things they could be doing instead. If you write romance novels, suspense is your bread and butter. Will this couple ever figure it out that they're actually perfect for each other and meant to be together? Will he make it to the airport in time? Or the wedding.
What the hell are you standing around talking to us for? Go and look for her.
Or the New Year's Eve party in order to stop whatever tragedy is about to occur.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. And the thing is, I love you.
In order to tell her how he really feels about her and that he just can't bear to be without her for another second. That, my friends, is suspense. And if you want your readers to be deeply, deeply invested in your characters, you need it. You need a lot of it. Suspense is the reason an agent picks your book out of all the other books out of the slush pile. So how can you put more of it into your stories? Here are 7 awesome ways to add suspense to your novel. Number 1, let the reader know more than the hero does. If the reader knows that the 16-year-old honor roll student shot in the street and headed for the ER is the ER doctor's son, the reader will be filled with anxiety and dread, waiting for that ER doctor to discover the horrible truth. Number 2, give your main character a guilty conscience and have them worry. What can your character lament over? What terrible choice did they make? How did they betray some other character? Make them worry about it, and that will make your reader wonder how this is going to come back to bite them in the butt later. Use an internal monologue to show that your character is worried. Humans are actually hardwired to feel fear when others around us are fearful. If your character is anxious and afraid about something, your reader will be also. And this is why true bravery is actually such a valuable trait, not only in fiction, but also in humanity. We are already programmed to be afraid when others around us are afraid. Number 3, use your setting to create suspense. Clues in the environment can actually help to make your reader feel more anxious and stressed on your character's behalf. We've all seen this with stormy seas, unexplained noises, cemeteries, and generally things related to death, headstones, urns, etc. An oncoming bus with a distracted driver heading in the same direction as a kid who just got his first bike and is, struggling to stay up. All of this causes anxiety and stress in the reader. It's literally a storm. There's literally a thunderstorm outside right now. Number 4, give your character a complicated past. Drop some hints about skeletons in the closet, dark family secrets that are still haunting your character today, or even a secret identity. Withholding that kind of information from the reader drives up their curiosity and makes them need to know more. Number 5, introduce a rat. Have your character trust in another character who is not trustworthy or doesn't have their best interests at heart. You can ramp up the suspense and let your reader feel for your main character, because you'll be dropping hints along the way that the rat is up to no good. Number 6, add a ticking clock. Tighten up that timeline on your character's story goal and make them race against the clock, ramping up anxiety and anticipation for your readers. Plus, you get to add that extra element of pressure for your characters. What will they do? Why give them a whole week to find Mr. or Mrs. Right or save the universe when 48 hours will do? Hurry up. Number 7, include a question in every scene. What does that mean? Why does your main character have a panic attack every time somebody asks about her ex-husband? What's with the creepy locked trunk down in the basement? Why do you keep hearing monkey sounds coming from the upstairs apartment? How does your main character's boss live like a Kardashian on $75,000 a year? Right? That's a question. Questions make a reader curious, and they will keep reading because they need to know the answer. Now, the thing about leaving these questions for the reader is that you must answer them, or at least most of them, before the end of the book. Sure, if you're writing a series, you can use that sort of mystery to get the reader into the next book. But those questions should be answered at some point in the book. You just want to draw them out a little bit. So remember my friend Joe with the good news, the text that I was completely sworn to secrecy over? Well, it turns out that Joe ended up being a finalist in the International Thriller Writers Thriller Awards, and he couldn't tell anybody about it because they had not announced the nominations yet. I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to add suspense to a story. If you have questions that I have not answered, please be sure to drop me a line in the comments section below, and I will either answer it in the comments or I will make a future video about it. And if you want to write a book that you are super proud of and get it published, we've got a lot of videos coming up to help you do just that, and I want to make sure you don't miss a thing. And if you want to see how other writers and authors add suspense to their books, I hope that you will check out the Authortube seminar series, aka Wordstock, which is the reason I actually did this video today. There's a link to the playlist right here on the screen, and I love this concept of getting all of these different perspectives and really bringing all of us together. I will see you over there. Thanks so much for watching today. See you next time. He swore. Oh, fuck. Ah, thunder.